Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Some fortnight ago, Senator Rochas Okorocha called out Nnamdi Kanu and Ipob, saying that they used the loopholes in communications to convert gullible Igbos to follow them in their struggle for Biafra actualization. Fast forward, Ipob via their media and publicity secretary Ipob did a clampback against the senator, that Senator Okorocha, saying that he was a misfit and a mistake to Imo State, Imolite, and how that now that he has called them out, that to the music he's playing, that he should get ready to dance this music he has set the tones up on. But as we speak, Okorocha have decided to open it up totally. The man's no more scared, man. He's opening everything up. I do not know how the Ipobians will take this, or Ipob will take this, but this is what he has to say. Before we get into the news proper, I would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's quickly hit the ground running rather. An All Progressive Congress APC presidential aspirant, that's Rochas Okorocha, has suggested why members of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, has become a terrorist. Okorocha explained that the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, became a terrorist group because it was not properly handled by the government. The former governor of Imo State spoke while addressing State House correspondents after his meeting with the President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday. Okorocha said he, however, Okorocha himself sees the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob members as poorly educated children and not terrorists. According to Okorocha, there was no need to have handled the indigenous people of Biafran case, that's the matter, the way it was handled. He said today they have turned out to be terrorists. Before me, but he said this again, I quote him, he said, but for me, I don't see them as terrorists, them as children who have not been properly educated on the happenings. Well, members of the indigenous people of Biafra have been agitating for the actualization of Biafra in Southeast. Their agitation led to the arrest of their group's leader, that's Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu is facing terrorism charges before an Abuja Federal High Court. The charges were brought against him by the Nigerian government. Okay, let's take a critical analysis of this. Okay, some days back, about 72 hours ago, there was a critical write-up on Bruce Fein, who happened to be the international lawyer for both indigenous people of Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu. The young man there took time and analyzed the profile of Bruce Fein, saying that Bruce Fein is one political lawyer that capitalizes on the loopholes that whoever pays him best and all that. They took their time and wrote all manner. Now, Rochas Okorocha had gone to see the president some hours ago over the EFCC charge. And one thing I know about the politicians, most often than not, they usually they try to avoid anything that has to make them join issues with the indigenous people of Biafra or agitation, but they cannot run away from it, because the truth is, either their children or their brothers or their uncles are actually agitating. It's like looking yourself in the mirror and denying yourself. It's not possible, because the truth is, one of the reasons why a lot of people in Nigeria are not thinking or supporting Igbo presidency or presidency from Igbo extraction or Southeast extraction is because of the Biafran agitation. They feel that if they are given that Igbo presidency before the tenure elapses, they will break the country into pieces and Biafra will be actualized. So you now see the insecurity involved. But the unique thing about this whole thing is the fact that other people are dreading to use the word terrorist for Ipob. A whole lot of them believe that they're agitating. In fact, the whole essence of bringing an international dimension, international lawyer, to give it an international dimension to the struggle is to give the whole world a picture, or tell the whole world exactly or truly who they are, that they are not a terrorist organization, but a group actualizing or seeking for self-determination and seeking for a sovereign country of their own. Now you can imagine that the former governor of Imo State, a illustrious son of the soil, and one who was also vying for presidency, is technically saying they're a terrorist group. But for him personally, he just sees them as children who are not educated. And, when I hear such, permit me to say, I don't think IPOB members are not educated, though. You keep hearing sometimes you see some, heavyweights, saying that they're IPOB members. Okay, the likes of Simon Ekpa. According to him, I don't know him personally. I don't know him. He says he's a lawyer, LLB, yes, and all that. I don't know where he studied, but he's saying he's a lawyer. He's a barrister, esquire. Now, there's still some other persons like that who hold some key positions and they say they're learned. So I do not know which of the education Senator Rochas is talking about, but I feel that when there's a little loophole, when people are crying over an injury, don't off your eyes, don't turn a blind eye to it. It will with over time, it will turn to an inferno. Now, if the people have been shouting marginalization, the people have been shouting that they are oppressed, they're not giving them positions, their region is the least given attention to, another one would have expected then, before it degenerated to this position where it is now, would have been a case of, okay, our sons and daughters are speaking. Maybe they're not speaking it in the way we should understand, but they're speaking and we should look into the matter. Table the matter to presidency, table the matter to the right quarters. So look, our children needs to be engaged. Maybe the roads are bad, whatever it is that can bring development to it, that makes a lot of sense. Now it has gone, everyone is feeling the heat. Calling them terrorists, I don't know. So, although he said for him, he's not going to call them that. It's going to be a case of they're not well educated on that matter. And do know that one thing is certain, Ima Powerful is going to respond to this. How, when, I do not know. But I feel that everyone has a role to play and everyone also have to take a little bit of blame in all this. As of 2017, I do not think there was an ESN wing to this. There was no insecurity this bad in Nigeria then. Yes, there was insecurity, but it was not this bad and this pronounced. So hence, there was no need for ESN. If then, when they were, speaking up, they looked into the matter with the eyes of, not being biased, maybe the whole of this country as a whole won't be where it is now. Now we need to really go deep to see how we can salvage this country. But that's going to wrap it up. What's your take? On the standpoint of Okorocha, he's not saying that he's calling them terrorists, but he's only saying that for him personally, sees them as uneducated children or children with very minimal education, but they shouldn't have handled